The stories we carry, how childhood shapes our mental health. A gentle but honest soul talk about how early experiences shape our beliefs, behaviors, and emotional well-being, and how healing begins when we tell the truth about what we've lived through. You are listening to Empower Mind Talk, navigating mental health, strength, and belonging. And let me tell you something, this is a real soul talk. I am your host, Maureen, a life and purpose coach, mental health advocate, Asia coach, author, and a fellow traveler on this winding path of healing, identity, and homecoming. Welcome back, my dear listeners, to Empower Mind Talk. Let me begin with a question, and this is somehow a little bit deeper. What stories do you or did you carry from your childhood before you even knew they were stories? That you had maybe to be perfect, to be loved, that your voice didn't matter, that emotions were maybe dangerous or seen to be a sign of weakness. So many of us are walking around with wounds. We learned to hide before we had words for them. Childhood isn't just a chapter in our life. It's the foundation of our life. And sometimes it's cracked. Sometimes it's silent. Sometimes it's the beginning of a belief that says, I am not enough, that says, I am not safe, that says, I'm too much. But, my loves, just because it started there doesn't mean it has to end there. This episode is a soft place to unpack the stories you've carried for too long, to understand where they came from and begin rewriting what comes next. So, let's begin. Your childhood is where you first learned what love looked like, what safety sounded like, what pain felt like, and what to do with it. Some of us learned to be quiet, to stay safe. Some learned to please everyone and everybody to feel worthy. Some learned to achieve constantly to earn approval. Maybe you were called too sensitive. Maybe no one ever asked what you needed or what you do to be seen. Maybe you became the caretaker before you learned to take care of yourself at that early age. These stories, they root very deeply in us or within us. They grow into anxiety, people-pleasing, perfectionism, shame, rage, and even numbness. And one day you realize you are still living from scripts you didn't even write yourself. That inner voice telling you, you are not doing enough. You are too emotional. You are always on a mess, or you always mess things up. It's not your voice. It's borrowed from the past. But you can unlearn it. Yes, you can unlearn it, because healing is not just about present. It's about tending to the child inside who never got what they needed. And when you finally give that child safety, voice, tenderness, you begin to heal, not just for you, but for every other generation that comes after you. There was a time I didn't realize I was carrying anything. I just thought I was too much, or too driven, or let me say too tired. But under the surface, I was still that little girl, trying to be good enough, trying to be strong, trying not to disappoint, trying to earn love. No one told me back then, you don't have to try so hard to be loved. And so I spent years over functioning, over performing, over explaining until I started burning out emotionally again and again. My healing began the day I said, maybe there is a younger version of me still waiting to be heard. And when I started listening, really listening to my inner landscape, that inner landscape changed. I didn't erase the past, and you shouldn't want to erase the past because it belongs to you. But it softened my present after changing or listening to it. And it gave me the power to choose a new future. I have got 3 soul truths to begin inner child healing. Number 1, your behaviors are not flaws. They are survival strategies. What once protected you may now be hurting you. So you can choose new tools. Don't let that what hurts still hurt. Number 2, your story matters even when no one validates it or sees it before or saw it before. Let me say like that. You don't need permission to feel what you feel. Things change and your story matters. So hold and stick to it. Number 3, you are not broken. You are becoming whole. Healing isn't about fixing who you are. It's about remembering who you were before the wounding found you. I have got 3 gentle reflections you can carry with you throughout this week. Ask yourself, what stories from my childhood still shape how I see myself today? Number 2, what need did I learn to suppress to stay loved, seen, or to be safe? Number 3, what would I say to my younger self if I could meet her or meet them right now? So with that, breathe into that, and you are not too late to heal. The healing can begin here right now. I have got some affirmations you can carry with you as well for this week. I release the story that I am not enough. I honor the child I was. I offer them the love they always needed now through me that is grown up. And with that said, take a slow, gentle breathe. And like I always say, if you are only in a position to do so, and as you exhale, picture that little version of you, the one who tried so hard, the one who felt invisible, the one who carried too much too soon. Hold them close now and whisper, you are safe with me. You are no longer alone. You get rest now. Here is something you can carry with you in your heart, or tell yourself, I am not my past. I am the healing. I am the home I needed all along. Thank you for being here with courage and softness. If this episode touched something deep inside, subscribe to Empower Mind Talk, where stories become healing. Leave a review so others can find this space of truth. Share this episode with someone still carrying silent childhood wounds. And sign up for my soulful letters to receive tools, prompts, and invitations to go deeper. This is Empower Mind Talk, because healing begins when we stop hiding our stories. Because your past doesn't define you, your healing does. Because your voice deserves to be heard, no matter when your pain begins or began. Until next time, be tender to your younger self. Be honest with your present self. And never forget, The story is yours now, and you can rewrite it.